All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex couches. Sex coaches,
Sex coaches.
not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives, experiences, and sexy adventures, and ethical non monogamy. So, with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris.
And today, if you're joining us, if you followed our podcast before, or if you follow us on TikTok or any of the social medias, you'll realize that Friday was my birthday. August 1st was my birthday, and it has been quite the weekend. And so what you're catching up here with is you're catching up on what we experienced over
Yes.
my birthday
Yes.
weekend.
So, I had a big bash planned. We've talked about this a few months ago, and he
Yeah.
told me what he wanted, and he wanted to invite our community, and he also wanted a house party. And
I
I
did.
said, okay. So we have a friend in the lifestyle, and I reached out to him, and he gave us his little link to Airbnb, and we're going to be posting that also.
Yeah. So we're going to have his information to the Airbnb
Yeah.
listed.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested, it is in Bulverde, Texas. So
Yes.
if you are interested in going out there, it's not too far from San Antonio. It's really a hill country area.
Yes.
So nice place.
Yeah, it's very nice. So I planned that, and then he wanted to start at the club on his birthday. So we gathered a group of friends.
Yeah. So essentially from start to finish,
Mhm.
I know that I have bad anxiety. For those of you who don't know, I do. I have bad anxiety. People are always surprised by that because I have a podcast and because we socialize with everybody in the lifestyle. People don't seem to realize I do have social anxiety. But what I'm realizing is practice makes perfect. Handling social events, the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so I said several months back, I said, I want to do something different for my birthday this time. I never celebrate myself. But this time around, I think I want this. I want to set up an event, a lifestyle event, and I want to just do an open invite, whoever wants to come, and let's get an Airbnb and just throw this big old party.
Yeah.
So it was really something that I have been dying over because of my anxiety. I haven't really been looking forward to it. Everybody keeps asking me, oh, you're looking forward to your big birthday bash? And I was like, no, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So that was a bit nutty for me going into the weekend,
Yeah.
but I tried to cool out. There were 6 of us total that were the primary crew.
Yeah. There were 6 of us, and Friday after work, we loaded up the van.
Yeah.
Picked up our girlfriend, loaded her stuff, and we went to the Airbnb.
Yeah, we checked in probably about 7, a little after 7 p.m. on Friday.
We already had friends there.
Yeah.
So we had a couple already that met us at the Airbnb.
Very good friends of us were there already. And then if you've seen our unicorns episode, Jessica, who was a guest on the show, actually joined us as well all weekend long. And so she was a part of that 6-man crew.
And I guess we should say who else was part of it.
Yeah.
They would love that.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
so,
They're probably going to be on the show at some point. But
our good friend Lizzie and Box, they
Lizzie and Box.
they were there. They are a delight. Like,
they're a great energy. They're a lot of fun to be
they
around.
really made everybody that was there with us.
Everybody in that
kind
main
of-
crew was really just a good
they
vibe.
helped. They did everything and anything they could to make the situation, because I was trying to host it all, but I didn't really want to. And so everybody that we had with us took the reins, and one was cleaning the kitchen, One was making sure people knew where and what everything was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really big help
Yeah.
having them there.
And Friday, we all went to the club.
We did. So we
That was
checked
our
in.
first time.
That was their first
That
time,
was
yeah,
their
at
first
that
at
club.
that one.
So we checked into the Airbnb. Everybody changed and showered and did
Yes.
all that fun stuff.
I'm sure
And
you saw pictures.
yeah, we were at the Airbnb by 9, a little after 9. I like to get there early so that we could get a couch and be all set up, and we did. It was a slow night at the club, which was actually pretty cool because if it's really packed, I can't enjoy myself.
And
It's a little distracting.
Sir here was with all his harems.
My harem of girls.
Yes.
You got a gum wrapper on your leg there.
Look at that.
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought of that. All the ladies, including you,
Yes.
that were with us Friday night, I have slept with. Don't slut shame. And
Don't yuck your yum.
don't yuck my yum. As if you saw them, they'd be yum to you too. They attractive women. What am I going to do? And they're there for me, for my birthday. They're there to have a good time. So obviously, I am a hypersexual being.
No.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And so, yeah, I'm like, here we are at the sex club.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they're dressed appropriately for that venue. And I was feeling it. So I was like, okay, let's go to the back. So I started with my lovely wife, as I do all the time when we go to the club. She's my go-to. And we're back there for a while. We come back, we're hanging out. And then before you know it, I have to spend a little bit of time with my girlfriend because she's my girlfriend. She's our girlfriend. So yeah, and we were back to the back again. And then I cycled through the ladies. But I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It sounds trashy. It is what it is. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to be apologetic. Sorry, not sorry. Because
With
I enjoy
consent.
it.
Everybody
Of course.
already knew. And
I'm not El Guapo. I'm not going to take somebody's flower. It's like, okay, you want to join me? Let's have a plethora of sex.
It was fun. The club was very low key on Friday, and we did have friends come over. So we had a few more. There's about maybe 10, maybe 12 of us in that little area that we sit in, and I think it was fun. We weren't there very long. We decided
we left probably close to 1.
Yeah, and we all decided, okay, it was time to go. We had a whole house.
Airbnb house.
And this house is huge.
It was a big one, yeah.
Like, it's not this little small 3-bedroom home. It has 6 areas. And so we were like, let's just go.
Yeah.
And we all drove in together to the club, and then we all drove back home.
Right.
And we got in our PJs, took off our makeup, just relaxed. And we just sat there and chit-chatted for a bit, recapped the night and what was going to happen the next day.
I had some more sex.
Some more sex.
Before going to bed. Now, I want to bring that up because I found that interesting. This is an hour-long show, sometimes more. So we're going to.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna do the whole thing.
We're just going to go into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Why not?
Everybody listened to if you listen to the beach takeover thing, we had a little bit of, I wouldn't say issues, just we didn't talk about what we were going to talk about again, like what we were going to do that night. And we did, but we did, what would you call it? Sorry, I think I'm suffering from cedar fever. What is that called?
I don't really know a name for it, but essentially what took place was what happened.
What happened was one of our little rules.
I mean, we did a show where we talked about reconnecting. A lot of people need to reconnect or reclaim or whatever the process, whatever you name it. It's a reconnection of the couples after you've had your fun. And we always have a reconnecting after either of us have played with anybody else.
Yeah.
But there have been times where we've been too tired and we've just gone to sleep. We haven't had sex. We didn't do that reconnecting. We just went to sleep and then we had sex in the morning. So I had this very full night. I had sex with her at least 2 or 3 times in the night when we were at the club.
But he didn't orgasm.
But I didn't finish. So here's the thing is when we go to the club, I always start with her and I always finish with her. And normally she will edge me throughout the entire time that we're there because she wants me to still stay in the mood and kind of be on the edge, but then also she doesn't know who she's gonna play with later, and you don't wanna taint anything. You don't wanna taint anybody's good time, if you know what I'm saying. So, that's the idea is we have our little fun, but I never finish until we're done for the end of the night. So, I went through and spent my time with my ladies and my wife
Yes.
several times throughout the night, and then everybody was tired, and all of a sudden it was like, "Okay, let's go ahead and go," and everybody was real quick to grab their things, go change, and we left. So, Pris did not finish me off at the club as she normally does,
No,
and so we left, and we went back to the Airbnb. When we went back to the Airbnb, I had more sex with other ladies.
not with me.
But not with you. When I came downstairs to come to the room, the light was out and you were already in bed and
Yeah.
you were ready to go to sleep. And we briefly had a little conversation, but you showed more signs of cuddling than you did sexual need.
Uh-huh.
And so I just assumed you were tired and we went to sleep.
Wow, you took the cuddling as annoyed. I was annoyed. How funny.
You were annoyed.
I
And
was
see, you didn't
annoyed.
express
I
that.
did not. No, I did
You
not.
didn't express that. And
I did
so
not.
this is a good example of when communication just falls flat.
I will
And
agree.
even with us, we've been doing this for 14, 15 years. And even still, there are moments where communication's just going to fall flat. There's really nothing you can do about
Yeah.
it
No,
as good as you try to be.
Yeah, no, I was annoyed and I didn't know because I was like, he knows the routine. Why do I have to explain the routine to him? And so I guess both. Yeah. You should have known
It
the
was,
routine. And I should have said
it was both
something.
of us realistically. Now, I didn't know that I had to communicate with you because frankly, everything felt like on the up and up. I didn't get any bad feelings from you.
No.
So you cuddled with me throughout the night and at the beginning of the night, and that's what I took it as is
Yeah.
cuddling is good. She must be tired. Let's go to sleep. I could have easily had sex with you a couple of times, but you seemed tired.
Yeah.
So then in the morning when we got up, you were still sleeping. I stayed in bed for as long as I can. I'm an early riser, so I'm like, okay, let's get this day started. And I
We
did.
had lots to do anyway.
Yeah. So I got up, I went to the bathroom, I started the shower, and I'm in the shower, and I hear you walk in, and you're in there, and I'm fine. I finish up in the shower, and we're there in front of the mirror and the sink doing our morning routine. And you look like something's wrong.
Yeah.
And 3 times I ask you, is everything okay? Yeah, no, I'm fine. Everything's good. Okay.
I was trying to process the situation and not make a big deal about it
Yeah.
because I tend sometimes to be like very cold. And I can be, when I'm thinking about things and processing things, I can be really like, I don't want to talk to you
Kind
right
of
now.
standoffish.
Yeah, and I don't say those words. You can just feel it. You
Yeah,
can tell
you
that
have
I'm.
you don't have any conversation. You space out.
Yeah,
You're in a different place, and I know that there's something wrong. When she does this, I know something's wrong. And when she says, "Oh, nothing's wrong," that's upsetting to me because I'm like, okay, I know something's wrong, and you're just not communicating with me.
yeah,
And that's upsetting in and of itself. If I have a problem, I'm going to tell you. Of course, what she did, I have done before. So I can't talk too much crap about it because I've done it.
Yeah.
I'm like, she should be reading the room and you weren't reading the room. And then I was all upset the next morning and we talked about it.
yeah. And so I didn't say anything, and he was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I'm trying to process this, but I knew that if I said it a certain way, it was gonna say he was gonna say something back, and then it was just gonna go into a big ball of disagreements." And so I was like, "I'm trying to process this," and he was like, "Okay." And so I was already annoyed then. And
Yeah.
so I told him what I was processing, and he was like, "I knew it," and this and that, and I was like,
It wasn't a good
So,
situation.
yeah.
I was already annoyed that you hadn't fessed up in the beginning.
Right.
And you were annoyed because my reaction wasn't that great.
"Yeah."
Mm.
And so he went to the living room. I finished doing what I was doing. We got a little bit of break from each other because sometimes you just need that.
You hate that.
And I think we talked a little bit more. We relaxed with our friends. Everybody started coming downstairs because we needed to go run some errands. And then we left to go eat. And I think when we came back, you and I had this kind of,
You just basically came up to me on the couch and
Yeah.
you sat next to me and you started to cry a little bit.
I'm
and
a
you
crybabe.
said, I'm sorry if I'm ruining these experiences for you. And I said, you're not ruining anything. I said, I know how you are and I completely understand. I said, the only reason why I'm upset is because you just didn't communicate with me.
Yeah.
That
See,
was the only part that I was upset about.
that's so sweet. I'm a little crybaby. I can't help it, guys.
So completely understood where you were coming
Yeah.
from, and I was willing to take that accountability, and I was apologetic.
Yeah.
But I was upset because you just didn't communicate it with me, and the whole
Yeah.
thing could have been avoided had you just said something in the
I
moment.
don't really know how to. I don't like his reactions sometimes, even though I know they're just a brief reaction. I don't like them because they'll not trigger. I don't want to use that word trigger, but it makes me want to fight back because he can say something very innocently, and I can take it like, oh really? Do we really want to go there?
When she's upset
When I'm
and
upset,
feeling sensitive, it doesn't really matter what is said. It's going to get taken the wrong
yeah,
way.
I'm gonna take it. So we talked about it, and then I was like, look, tonight we're gonna talk as situations happen. Okay.
Yeah.
So then we went to go have breakfast.
We went to have breakfast Saturday morning,
all our
which was nice.
friends,
We
yeah.
did a little grocery shopping to bring some much needed stuff, supplies
we
back to the
needed-
house.
Yes, because oh my gosh. The party was BYOB,
BYOB. Bring a
a
side or
shareable
food,
snack.
something, anything,
a shareable snack
Yeah.
or something.
or a drink or
Or a
something.
drink, yeah. And
People did not disappoint.
they did not disappoint,
Wow.
but I didn't. So we had to go to the store. So we went to the store and we got some stuff, and we come back, and there's a pool.
There was a pool, and so everybody pretty much jumped in the pool, except for you and I, because we had to record our podcast. So get this.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh. I brought everything. I got lights. I got mics. I got 4 mics with 4 mic stands. This stuff is heavy, man. Like, it's heavy. And I lugged it around. And I took it all apart and I set it all up to be this beautiful space. And we sat down and we recorded. The problem is that we're out in the hill country and we didn't have the strongest of signal. And the recording messed up towards the end and erased everything. And so everything that we recorded is gone. And so we decided, you know what? We're just going to...
And we'll do a longer one.
And
on
we'll
Wednesday.
do this show for Wednesday and just recap the whole thing. And it'll be longer than our normal 30-minute quickie episode that we do on Wednesdays.
Yes.
So that's what you're witnessing here is the recap, the revival from what we lost. But that was after we did an hour of stuff.
So everybody went to the pool while we did that.
Yeah.
And then
when we finished, everybody was coming back and I put everything
they were
away.
like, how was it?
And I had to explain to everybody that it did not go well. So then after that, everybody's, okay, it must be nap time because it's 3:00. And it's 3:00, 3:30 in the afternoon. And supposedly friends wanted to show up by 4, certain friends, so that they can hobnob and have a good time with us. So I was like, we don't have much time. And you were like, let's go take a nap. I said, okay, fine. So we go lay down in the bed, in the bedroom, and we did not sleep.
We didn't sleep.
We did the deed.
Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I started nodding off, that's when you looked at me and said, should we move furniture now? And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
why are you doing this to me? So we didn't take a nap. We ended up just getting up.
Yeah.
And,
we got up
moving furniture and getting everything ready.
Yeah, we moved furniture. We got the place all situated and started getting ready.
Yeah. And by the time all that was done, people started showing up. We had a few friends start showing up and it was real chill. We sat there and we hobnobbed for a bit.
We have friends that drove in from Nacogdoches.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them in
drive.
forever. And they drove up for this wonderful man.
You know what was really cool is they were one of the first couples that we actually met out in the wild, as so to speak.
Yes.
Because we were at the time, we were just dabbling in polyamory. And there was a girl that we were dating.
Yes.
Oh, we took out on a date.
I was like, we were not dating her.
No, we didn't.
We took her out on a date.
She wasn't a good experience. No. But while we were there at the table in front of us at this vanilla bar in this small town that we lived in were these 2 people. And they were with another couple. So you've got guy and girl couple here,
who
guy
started
and
off.
girl couple over there.
Yeah, so they got there, they were by themselves. And
Yeah.
then this other couple came in and then they all swapped. And so I'm
Yeah.
nudging him. I'm like,
She
"They're
got my attention. She's
swingers."
I think they're swingers. And I was like, no, stop it. And then I noticed that they were moving between each other. And so, yeah, that's when my lovely bride here says, "Are you guys swingers?"
And sure enough,
it,
they
It
were.
opened the conversation. We became fast friends, and it has been
Dude,
years now.
They had business cards.
They had business cards, swinger business cards. I was amazed by that. Of course, now we have
Our
a
little
wrist
QR
doohickey
codes.
thing that
Yeah.
people can scan. It's pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing. But yeah, that was the first time I had ever seen a swinger business card. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
We became fast friends. We haven't seen them in 5 or 6 years. They actually made the trip to come hang out with us, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. And we got to really start it off light. I had set this event up through Facebook groups that we belong to.
Yeah.
And we had a number of people RSVP. Now, I don't put too much significance into that number because, let's face facts, there's a lot of flakes in the lifestyle. And people say that they're going to do something, and they don't always do it.
And they get busy.
Yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes they get busy. Sometimes they have anxiety, or sometimes they just decide to flake. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But we had somewhere between 60 and 70 people RSVP saying they were going to go.
Yes.
And you were like, man, that's a big number. And I was like, it's not all those people are going to show up.
Yeah.
They showed up.
We
They
had
showed
at
up
least 60,
and more.
Yeah, we had at least 60 to 80 people at that house.
I think we were closer to the 80 side at one point.
And yeah, it's in the hill country, so there's a drive up into the house. People were parking 5 cars at a time, like
yeah,
blocking each other and whatnot, which is fine because we all knew somebody and we would just tell them to move their car or whatever. So yeah, people started trickling in, and they're trickling in, and we're noticing that it's just getting busier and busier. But the way it's set up was you come in, we had a kitchen, we had a living room, and the living room was pretty much a wide open space.
yeah.
You go through a little hallway, and there's an outside door. You can go to the pool. You stay inside, go through the hallway, and you go up to a media room. And this media room is huge.
It was really cool.
And
it was really cool.
It has 10 chairs, and then it has an air mattress in the middle, and it was so much fun. Now, and then there was a yurt. I kept calling it a yurt.
It's a yurt.
Oh,
with a
yurt.
T.
I kept calling it a yurt.
It's a yurt.
So there was a yurt, and it had a bed out there. This was not a party for play, like for you to play. This was a party that if you wanted to play, there was rooms.
It was options, but it wasn't a DTF party.
Yeah, and this was not doors closed, private room type of thing. We are not those people. We're exhibitionists, we're voyeurs. So that was the only option. If you wanted to play, you're going to go to the yurt.
The yurt.
The yurt. And zip it up. And that's about as private as it's going to get. Anything other than that, it's not going to be private. And so I don't think people were expecting that, but
I don't think that anybody really had expectations.
Yeah,
I
think some did. And I was like, that's your only option. You have to go out or go to your car.
Yeah.
That was pretty much.
It was interesting. People started to flood in as time went on.
We had some music going.
We did. We had music. There was a dance floor set. I didn't really see anybody dance. I got some lap dances, which is cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. All of a sudden, I got pulled to the center of the room with a chair, and I was told to sit down, in which case...
Big Booty did it.
You started the show.
Yeah.
And then Lizzie jumped out there and gave me an incredible lap dance. That was a lot of fun.
She's got a nice booty.
She's kind of nice everything.
She's just freaking awesome, man.
She's a looker.
She is.
And so that was fun. Everybody watched that. I heard somebody say, 43 looks pretty good, doesn't it, Adam? Which that had me cracking up. People were...
That was our sexy friend with the heels.
Yeah.
That's who yelled.
She looked incredible, too.
Did.
Yeah. That entire night it wasn't a blur because I wasn't drinking, but it was a lot for me because anxiety.
Okay.
Anxiety. Yeah. And a friend of mine she every time she sees me and she sees that I have anxiety, she's like, why do you have anxiety? All these people.
Yeah.
They all know you.
Yeah.
And they like you. Obviously, they're here for your birthday.
Yeah.
And it's not the point. I know if I could if I could push that logic into my head, yeah, then maybe I wouldn't have anxiety. But that's the problem with anxiety is you're not logical in that moment. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
And so obviously people are here and it's nice to know that these people are here for me. But at the same time, I'm like, man, this is a lot of people. And I feel like if people are showing up for me, I need to spend time with everybody, at least a little bit. And
Yeah.
so that kind of stresses me out, but I'm like, okay, let's do this. And so I really tried to spend time with everybody, even if it was just for a small
Yeah,
amount of
I think
time.
you did.
Yeah. And so I got to know everybody that was there, who was there, that sort of thing. And that was cool. That was cool. I didn't get to swim in the pool, but I know a lot of people did.
Oh, there was at least
Pool was a big hit
there's about 12, maybe more people in that
in
pool
an above ground pool.
an above ground pool. And I heard it got a little splashy in there,
I heard it got splashy. Yeah.
which is fine. Hey,
I wasn't there, but yeah, I heard
I'm
that
sure the
pool
owners
was
will
used
shock it up after.
for sexual reasons. But I will, if I may, for a bit, I do want to break into what it's like to throw a house party because I've seen
I
this
would like, yeah.
spoken about before, and you and I have always said we can't speak on that because we threw a house party many years ago.
Not with this kind of community.
No, and it was very small, and we didn't know anybody. It was when we had pretty much, we're still new to the lifestyle.
So some tips.
Some tips.
Some tips if you're going to
Some
throw this.
tips, yes.
We're going to make this as friendly as possible because we're still live over here. So get a big enough place.
Yes.
Make sure you have good parking, which I think we did well.
Yeah.
I'm glad a friend suggested for everybody to do BYOB and bring a snack.
Yeah.
They did not disappoint.
They
so
did not.
I will tell you, everybody brought something.
Yeah. Nobody
We-
showed up empty-handed.
Dude, we even got cheeseburgers and nuggets and
Yeah,
it was
man.
amazing.
There was chicken nuggets.
It was really good. I feel like everything was good. I don't think I would do it again.
It's a lot. And primarily because we had it open to the community.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just a select amount of people. It was open to everybody.
Yeah.
Whoever wanted to show.
And it got a little messy. And
A little messy.
It got a little messy. And you can't be behind every single person. So we had rooms that were not meant to be used. And although there were signs on there, people ignored that, which to me,
Yeah.
I had to get a little bit loud, which I don't like to do with people, but I had to do that a few times. So we did that.
We did.
Not fun.
Yeah. I say we, I didn't.
You didn't. He didn't know
I
anything
was shielded from a lot
he
of
was
that.
shielded from a lot. So
Yeah.
it was me and our other friends that we had to make sure people understood that, and they didn't. Bathrooms were disgusting.
Oh, man.
So I think if you're doing a house party, you need to make sure that you're always behind people cleaning, or you just make sure there's big trash cans around.
Yeah, big trash cans.
We didn't have big trash cans would have been good. A
very clear receptacle places so
Yeah.
people know where they can throw away stuff.
Luckily, Lori was back there and she was just cleaning.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so it helped like tremendously.
Totally.
But no one was doing bathrooms. Sheets were messy.
Sheets were messy.
Those were the
Sheets had to
sheets
be
we were
washed a
sleeping
few
on. So I
times.
had to wash while
Yeah.
the party was going on. I had to wash. I will say everybody was anybody who got intoxicated did not cause a scene, which
Yeah.
I never thought I knew that was going to happen because we've partied with these people before.
Yeah.
We are not drinkers, but we know how these people, how our community gets.
Yeah.
And they've never gotten to a point where it gets
Yeah.
disrespectful ever. Amongst themselves, they might, but
And they're
no.
all pretty much responsible enough to know
Yeah.
that they can take off.
Yeah, and they do,
Yeah.
and they did. So yeah, the sheets got messy. So I should have gotten like waterproof mattress covers or something, but I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
And so that
Yeah, I didn't think about that either.
yeah. When you go to a club, they change the sheets and so stuff like that.
Every time they get used.
I
yeah.
will say, as adults, we should know when something is sweaty and we're not at our best. I think hygiene came into account at a lot of areas that we were in the house.
And
It was hot.